yeah.
Thought that probably had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Read it Sunday night.
I started Friday, couldn't it?
I just was taking it easy. I just want this month over.
Oh, yeah.
See it finish. That's my I don't know how I'm going to use this today. It's going to be hard first. Well, maybe not too bad. Imagine that. Sugar?
Questions about state legislators say they're going to work on property tax stuff. How it affects it. Good. Somewhat.
All right, I'm going to call this meeting of the Sweetwater City Council to order and ask Ryan Straybeck with First Methodist Church to give the invocations. Councilman Castro to lead us in the pledges.
Well, good morning, everyone. And greetings. Well, let's pray together. Almighty God, as I helped my firstborn child this morning pay her first parking citation, I give thanks to you for the order of things. Thank you for entrusting the dignity of governance to our neighbors, who through ordinary, and though they are ordinary and feeble alone, take on extraordinary tasks together in these institutions. Today, as they consider the work at hand, endow them with wisdom, joy, and trepidation as they bring order and common good for your glory. Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You told me to Texas flag, honor the Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to thee in Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Morning, everyone. Morning. Okay, we'll now move to item 4, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approval of minutes for meeting held on August the 8th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried and approved. Okay. Item number 5 calls for public input. At this time, anyone is allowed to speak on any matter other than personal matters or matters under litigation for a length of time not to exceed 3 minutes. No council discussion or action may take place on the matter until such matters have been placed on the agenda and posted. Is there anyone who wishes to speak?
Good morning, Joe Mangrum. I'm here for another matter, but I wanted to address this in public comment. My family owns some property about 15 miles south of town. There's a county road. It cuts between Highway 70 and Highway 153. I understand it's not a city matter, but Friday of Labor Day weekend, I was called out to repair a fence where a little Texas Tech girl tried to hook that corner too fast and rolled her car into the field. Luckily, she was not injured, but obviously the fence was damaged. And this is the second time that I've, been called there for an accident. I know it's happened several other times, and mainly I think it's like a Google, map calculation when they miss the exit for 153 at the Y there. It tries to take them on this county road, which is, has some load restricted bridges, narrow, and obviously not very well marked. And this poor girl was on her way for Labor Day weekend, and big change in her plans. I just wanted to bring that to attention to the council. I know the sheriff's department was there, and they've been called several times. But if there's anything that the city can do, just for awareness of that, mainly that that's not a approved through street there, and it's definitely a dangerous situation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got a storyboard that I'll set up and leave here. The story is about Santa Fe Park. It's a beautiful park. It has been for a long time. When we first moved in from Fisher County, southern Fisher County, there was a lake there, or at least a stream, and it was a pleasure to go down there. I got in the habit of feeding the ducks, and I had 9 big ducks that would meet me at the bridge if I didn't jump out of my car and throw corn. It was a pleasure. Sweetwater's been our home for a long time. We started off with a cabin out at the lake, and we enjoyed that. We lived out different places. What I want to appeal to you is to consider the possibility of expanding Santa Fe Park to include a wooded area that runs along 70, and then when you turn down 17th Street, you pass the edge of it. It's a pretty large wooded park, wooded area, and it's 76.8 acres. That's my vision of what it might look like for us in the fall. Santa Fe Park is a great park. It is basically a grassland with a few trees, but it has water, and it has a stream that goes down to Santa Fe Lake. What I've tried to put together is showing the woodland area, the edges of it, and showing the communities, the housing around it. This particular land is owned by the Macbeths, their descendants, our grandchildren. I think there are quite a few of us, probably many of you know. If the land were to be gifted, legacy gifted to the city, that would be fantastic. And they would have a benefit of having a wonderful park, wooded park, and another park, right across the street from their main landholders. That might be appealing to them. But there are other ways that we can work with this. You can see that one reason it would not be a good idea to build houses there is because we just go down the street a few and turn onto the street that goes that way, goes by the nursing home. There are 90 home sites there, already there. 4 or 5 houses have been developed there. All the streets, Worthington, I think there would be a misuse.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Okay, we'll now move to item 6A, which is enter into public hearing to discuss the fiscal year 2023-2024 proposed budget for the city of Sweetwater.
Make a motion, we enter to the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, is there anyone who wishes to speak for or against this item? Do we have a motion to close public hearing?
Make a motion, we close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now move to item 6B, which is enter into public hearing to consider and discuss the proposed tax rate of .507150 per $100 evaluation for tax year 2023.
Motion to open public hearing.
One second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone who wishes to speak for or against this item? Motion to close it.
Move we close public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now move to item 6C, which is discuss, consider, and act upon awarding bid for bank depository agreement. Any questions first? Do we have a motion?
Make a motion, we discuss, consider, and act upon proposals for bank depository agreement.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried and approved. Now move to item 6D, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approval of a resolution for the central rate schedule for the 23-24 budget. Any questions?
I make the motion, we discuss, consider, and act upon approval resolution of the central rate schedule for the 2023-24 budget.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now read the resolution into the record. A resolution confirming and ratifying the central rate schedule for the various fees, license permits, and rate charged by the City of Sweetwater for the fiscal year 2024 and adopting such central rate schedule. Now move to item 6E, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approval of an ordinance adopting the fiscal year ending 2023-2024 for the City of Sweetwater.
Make a motion we discuss, consider, and act upon approval ordinance to adopt fiscal year 2023-24 City of Sweetwater.
Second.
Okay. Now ask for a roll call vote. I'll state your name and each one will vote for, against, or abstain. Mayor Pro Tem McPherson.
4.
Councilman Baker.
4.
Councilman Castro.
4.
And Mayor McKenzie, 4. Motion carried and approved. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're going to go back to item C, and we need to award it to a certain bank, it says. First one.
Do we make a motion for that?
Yeah, just make a motion to.
I make a motion, we award it to First Financial.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. There we go. Got ahead of ourselves.
Say it wherever.
Okay. Read the ordinance into the record. An ordinance approving and adopting a budget for the City of Sweetwater for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2023 and ending September 30th, 2024. Okay, we'll now move to item 6F, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approval of appropriations ordinance for the fiscal year 2023-2024 for the City of Sweetwater. Any questions?
Make a motion, we discuss, consider, and act upon approval of appropriations ordinance for the fiscal year end 2023-2024 for the City of Sweetwater.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried and approved. Now read the ordinance into the record. An ordinance making appropriations for the support of the city's government for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2023 and ending September 30th, 2024. Okay, we'll now move to item 6G, which is discuss, consider, and act upon awarding bids for fuel, oil, and lubricant products and hot coal mixed lay asphalt for fiscal year 23-24. Mr. Bain?
Move we allow the city to award bids for fuel, oil, lubrication products, and hot mix. Yeah.
Are we awarding to the lowest
Oh, he's
bidder?
gonna talk. Oh, my bad.
It's a low bid. I believe in your packet is a bid tabulation with the best lowest bid being highlighted in yellow for each. We did have more bidders this year than normal, which is very good, and went with the best lowest bid on each item. Any questions? Okay.
Move we go with the staff recommendations for these bids.
I'll second. Go with staff recommendation.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, sir. Okay, we now move to item 6H, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approval of resolution for fiscal year 2023 patrol car replacement project. Any questions of Mr.?
How many are we replacing?
This is a resolution for Council of Governments over in Abilene, I believe, is it not?
Yes, sir. So this resolution was passed back in February for we were requesting 3 patrol cars, and the grant manager asked that we amend the resolution to put the grant number and to change the name from the chief of police to the city manager on the grant resolution. So this is just to amend the resolution that was already passed back in February.
Okay. Make a motion, we discuss, consider, and act upon a resolution for fiscal year 2023 patrol car replacement project.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried and approved. Read the resolution into the record. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Sweetwater, Texas, authorizing the city manager to apply for a public safety grant for the purpose of improving public safety, reducing crime, and improving the criminal justice system. We now move to item 6I, which is discuss, consider, and act upon adopting a resolution which amends the Personal Policy Manual to include a policy regarding the Pregnant Workers Fairness Act, a federal law which became effective June 27, 2023. Any questions?
I move we amend the personnel policy to include the PWFA.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried and approved. Now move to item 6J, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approving an ordinance with local amendments for the International Property Management Code. Any questions for me?
I make a motion, we discuss, consider, and act upon an ordinance with local amendments for the International Property Management Code.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried and approved. Now read the ordinance into the record. An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Sweetwater, Texas, adopting the 2021 edition of the International Property Maintenance Code, save and accept the amendments set forth herein, regulating all existing premises as established minimum requirements and standards for premises, structures, equipment, and facilities for light, ventilation, space, heating, sanitation protection from the elements, life safety, safety from fire and other hazards, and for safety and sanitary maintenance within the City of Sweetwater, Texas, providing a penalty clause, saving, repealing clause, servability clause, and effective date, and providing for the publication of the caption hereof. Now move to item 6K to discuss, consider, and act upon an ordinance declaring structures on described properties within the City of Sweetwater, Texas, to be dilapidated and or deteriorated and unfit for human habitation, so as to require repair, rehabilitation, or demolition, providing a time for which to rehabilitate, repair, or demolish such structures, and provide for the repair, rehabilitation, and demolition and removal, which requires a public hearing for each property. At this time, Jeff Allen, City Attorney, will swear in Lynn Barrett, Director of Planning and Zoning, for her testimony regarding the following properties to the public hearing.
Ms. Barrett, do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give in a matter pending before the City Council is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, do we have a motion to open public hearing for 600 West Alabama?
So moved.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Yes,
So-
ma'am.
So just a short synopsis of this, and I'll address both properties together because they are next to each other, 300 and 302. West Alabama, city staff has had a long history with these properties, and one of them actually had unauthorized inhabitants. The other one was being used for unauthorized storage of materials. Both were dilapidated and substandard. The city had cleaned up the properties several years ago, and it is felt that due to their deteriorated condition and the fact that we can't keep the properties clean, that this action was needed.
Is there anyone who wishes to speak regarding 300 West Alabama? Do you have a motion to close public hearing?
I make a motion, we close public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion for declaration of dilapidation and/or deterioration and unfit for human habitation and order repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 300 West Alabama within 35 days of date of order?
I'll make a motion, we demolish both properties, 300 and 302 West Alabama.
We have to do both of them, don't we?
You want to do both? Okay. Can we do both of them?
Can we do it at the same time or do separate?
Or do we have to do
We've
them
done
separate?
separate in the past.
Separate owners.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to do them separate.
Okay, I make a motion, we demolish 300 West Alabama.
Okay. Do I have a second? Do I have a second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, do I have a motion to open public hearing for 302 West Alabama?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We've already heard from staff. Is there anyone who wishes to speak regarding 302 West Alabama? Do we have a motion to close public hearing?
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion for declaration of dilapidation and deterioration and unfit for human habitation and order repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 302 West Alabama within 35 days from date of order?
Make a motion, we demolish 302 West Alabama.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
We now move to item 6L, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approving landscaping plan for John Thumper Gibson Memorial Garden at the Municipal Auditorium. Any questions for Lynn?
I make a motion, we act and approve landscape plan for the John Thumper Gibson Memorial Garden at the Municipal Auditorium.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Did you have something you wanted to show or say, Lynn?
I was just going to introduce Ms. Molly Gibson and her group. He came today to just show their support for this beautification project.
Is there anybody that doesn't know Myla? She's a big part of this community.
I barely know her.
Thank you for everything you do, Myla. Motion's carried. Now move to item 6M, which is discuss, consider, and act on approval of final acceptance and release of retainage funds for the water meter replacement and AMI project.
Good morning. Joe Mangrum with Infratech Hibbs and Todd. We were engineers on this project. Secure Vision completed the work. They began in February, completed in September. They were pretty well on schedule, and it was within the original contract budget. So probably everyone in the room has probably been impacted by that project. Hopefully it's mostly positive. Hopefully you're using the customer portal to track your usage and use all those handy alarms and all that. But we're recommending final acceptance and release of retainage to the contractor for successfully completing that project. Happy to answer any questions.
I think it's great. I love the portal.
Good.
As far as knowing what you're doing. Do you have a motion?
I move we accept accept final acceptance and release of retainage funds for the water meter replacement and AMI project.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now move to item 6N, which is to hear a presentation from Misha Adamus and to discuss, consider, and act upon approval for Sweetwater Enterprise for Economic Development Municipal Development Budget for fiscal year 23-24.
Okay, I'm losing my voice, so y'all bear with me. Good morning. So annually, we will kind of go over some of the projects that we touched on over the last fiscal year and kind of what we have going forward. Fiscal year 23-24. So, of course, everyone knows about our housing projects. Josephine project was a 5-plex that we did this year. Of course, Creekside has about 5 under construction. The builder actually plans to do some type of walkthrough, open house, parade of homes event once those are ready, have electricity and all that good stuff. Overall, the MDD has allocated $2.2 million to housing, and we've dispersed about $665,000 to help with housing efforts in Sweetwater. The Oaks is our probably oldest rehabilitation of an apartment complex. They've completed 70 out of 80 units. And then, of course, Southwood Terrace is the 32-lot subdivision out on the south side of town. Beautification and demolition. This is our partnership between the city and the MDD to help the city abate some of these dilapidated structures on our main corridors. This year we did one, which was the eyesore at 110 Pecan Street. We also approved 6 facade grants this fiscal year, totaling $50,000. And this year in our fiscal budget, you'll see line items that the MDD has decided to allocate $100,000 to assist with demolition on our main corridors, and then we earmark $50,000 for facade improvement grants each year. Since we've been funding demolition, we've funded about $300,000, and overall we funded about $126,000 worth of facade improvement grants, and that would be 23 total. Parts projects, as you know, we our new park equipment got delivered last week, I believe. So Newman Park was one of the projects that we did in 2022-2023 fiscal year. We also did the fitness court. The MDD also partnered with Dana Stanley and his crew to complete the pickleball courts. And anyhow, we have provided approximately $845,000 towards projects since the MDD was created. Job creation and infrastructure, these are a couple of our newer incentives that we have outstanding. Over the last 5 years, the MDD has allocated almost $4.6 million to these job creation and infrastructure incentives, and we've distributed about $2.7 million. And then retail, this is an exciting front for us here in Sweetwater. We've been seeing a lot of, especially Nolan County Plaza, which the MDD did help incentivize that in the amount of $300,000. Shoe Sensations open. We hope Bells will open in November, and Factory Connection by sometime middle October. So far, we've allocated $850,000 towards retail, and we've distributed about $121,000. Going forward, we're going to continue to work on supporting our workforce, supporting our businesses. One of the things that we're looking at with our board of directors is how to address our childcare shortage. We also, Ethan and I, continue to do business surveys and industry visits to identify any red flags of companies that are having issues, whether it be workforce or training, things like that. We're also partnering with our ISDs to kind of advise and partner in choosing the correct career technology education classes, and just hear from them and share with them what industry is saying that they need as far as skill sets. And then kind of looking forward to 2023-2024 fiscal year. I know our board of directors kind of wants to watch our current housing projects and watch them come to fruition. We're going to continue working with our retail consultant, the retail coach, and try to focus a little more on sit-down restaurants now that we've got some national brand names that we can advertise as locating to Sweetwater. So everyone know retail follows retail. We have a couple more retail projects that hopefully we can announce here over the next few months. We're going to focus on enhancing the livability and quality of life of Sweetwater. That way we can have, hopefully recruit more of a population to support our existing businesses, workforce childcare, and then something Ethan and I are always doing is looking for trainings and ways to market our community. We're planning to partner with the chamber and have actually earmarked dollars in our budget to create a marketing video for Sweetwater that can hopefully be broken up into social media parts and then also a YouTube video. A lot of communities are doing that, and experiment with some meta marketing and social media stuff like that. So that was my presentation, and I believe I pointed out all the changes on our budget during that presentation, but did y'all have any questions reviewing this? It was approved by the MDD Board of Directors on August 14th.
I have one question. I just heard someone said there's a couple of folks contemplating opening a new child care facility.
Mhm.
Have you heard that too?
Yes, yeah, they actually came and gave a presentation to our Board of Directors yesterday. So, thank you.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion. We discussed, consider an act upon approval of Sweetwater Enterprise for Economic Development District budget for 23-24.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. City Manager's report.
Yes, sir. Speaking of the water customer portal, residents are now equipped with smart water meters. That was an exciting project. Thanks to council for their support on that. And we're excited to launch the Get My Meter Info customer portal to all residents and commercial accounts. This portal allows you to track hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly water usage, sign up for leak detection alerts, and much more. Customers can go to our website at sweetwatertx.gov to learn more about the app and get directions on installing the app on their smartphone. The total signed up for this for the app so far as of this morning is 225 residents. Next to the Jones Park softball lighting project, National Night Out is next. The Sweetwater Police Department will host National Night Out on Tuesday, October 3rd from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Nolan County Coliseum Annex parking lot. The Shriners will be cooking hot dogs, the Chamber will be giving out popcorn, and there will be opportunities to meet with different organizations in town, as well as get an inside look at our first responder vehicles and equipment. We hope to see everyone there. Again, that's on October 3rd from 6 to 8 p.m. The Jones Park softball lighting project, we're proud to announce the completion of this project. It was approved in the 23 budget and completed ahead of the 24 youth softball season. The budget for the project was set at $130,000. Dana Stanley and his crew completed the project under budget and with a final price tag of $78,000. So kudos to that, Dana, for saving everybody money. That included the lights and the poles. According to Planning and Operations Director Lynn Barrett, the staff got creative and utilized a local contractor, which was Aspen Electric, to install the lights. The project will no doubt be a great addition to our softball players this coming season. And then I'll turn it over, the next item, to Lynn.
So just kind of an update, we're still a month behind. So this is for July. We have torn down dilapidated structure. We've done a rezoning. We didn't have any plats. We've done 45 building permits. And as you can see, my staff's been busy noticing. We didn't have as many actions because we didn't have as many abatements. Grass stopped growing, but a lot of those notices got voluntary compliance. So what we don't track is who voluntarily complies, but you can see the difference between what we actually had to do and what we told people about. So please know that we're staying on top of things, and so we're really excited to try and beautify Sweetwater. I'm sure the grass will start to grow again, so we'll be back into having some more abatements. So I just wanted to let you know that what we're doing to work on Sweetwater.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dale.
Okay, we'll now move to item 8, which is to enter into closed session pursuant to section 551.071 and 551.087 of the Texas Governmental Code, consulting with the attorney and discussing economic incentives. Closed meeting, the city council will meet in closed session to consult with its attorney on the matter in which the duty of the attorney to the city council under the Texas Disciplinary Codes of Professional Conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with this chapter, to wit, the legal position of the city with regards to. Do I have a motion?
I move we enter closed session.
Second. We seconded.
All in favor?